Young European designer who's redefining modernity. Subtle colour is the thread that runs through the fall collection from Vienna's Helmut Lang.
Helmut Lang was the much proclaimed king of minimalism. However, according to Olivier Saillard, who is one of the most highly regarded fashion historians of our generation, he stated in his essay The Empire of Signs that Lang should be called more of an essentialist than a minimalist. That is, an artist not interested in quantitatively eliminating the superfluous, but in bringing out qualitatively the pure essence of things. As one of the founding fathers of contemporary menswear, Helmut Lang is one of the most influential figures for many modern day designers and many of our GOATs. And he paved the way for the experimental elements of men's fashion we all love today. In this video, I really want to highlight the progressive nature of his work and how without him, men's fashion wouldn't be in the state it is now. Once again guys, if you're new around here, make sure to drop a like, subscribe and comment. It helps me out a great deal and I'd love to hear what you have to think about this video. The main thing I really think Helmut Lang managed to do is refine the classic menswear norms and reshape the whole industry. He added slight twists and changes, nothing major but just the right amount. You could also argue he pioneered the 3% rule that Virgil Abloh swore by. It's crazy to think that this modern era of menswear almost began with his first men's collection in 1998, which I really want to highlight as a pivotal moment for the designer. Being self-taught, Helmut Lang was an outsider of conventional fashion, and his approach was naturally out of the box. And this first men's show really emphasised his intent going forward.
The men's show was just a year after he disrupted the Fashion Week schedule,
showing in New York prior to Milan, which was unheard of, and this really flipped the script. During this collection, he debuted the famous bulletproof vests, which are a massive archival piece, contrasting it with amazing suit offerings, which many of the collars appear imperfect and off balance. This consequently contradicts the general cleanliness of men's fashion at the time. And the minimal looks themselves mix many different materials and accessories like the belt pouches, which you can see here. This ultimately remixed the norm again, showing how playful fashion could truly be, while still sticking to colours anybody can wear and anybody can bring into their wardrobe. It's impossible as well to forget the military inspiration and painted denim which also featured in this collection. Two further staples for Helmut Lang going forward. Everything about Lang went against the established rules. His models wore no makeup, his ads barely showed fashion or clothing at all, and were posted and published on things like National Geographic, just nothing you would see from fashion at that time or even nowadays. His designs were also the first to include technical fabrics, which are so obviously a big part of men's fashion today, with the prevalence of Gore-Tex and other things like nylon. Furthermore, his collaborations with artists such as Louise Bourgeois and Jenny Holzer were the first of their kind. So yet again, you can say he paved the way for the collaborative work we see nowadays, whether just within men's fashion or in the whole fashion industry. He even went as far to develop his own fragrance, which did not smell of your conventional flowers, but of sex and clean sheets. Definitely something which threw a spanner in the works. On his exit from fashion in 2005, after butting heads with the Prada group, he stated, "My intention was always to become an artist. I started experimenting to find my language and became sidetracked. I had the self-inflicted idea that I could do clothes as a second day job to sustain myself until my artwork would do so. As you know, it grew into much more than I expected. Fashion was always supposed to be temporary." So as you can see, he was a designer who really didn't want to be part of the fashion industry. He just really saw it as a means of putting his designs onto a canvas, whether that be artistically or with the clothing. The big thing for this is knowing why this is so important for menswear. So as we all know, streetwear as a whole is such a big part of menswear nowadays, and really is the backbone of the industry, whether you like it or not. His first collection and his collections going forward mix both streetwear and tailoring, so really bridged that gap and almost offered a casual side to men's fashion which hadn't really been seen before. He also made it look effortless. He really showed you how to build a wardrobe which could naturally progress from a casual everyday fit to something more smart for those formal occasions. For me, everything he did was not particularly revolutionary, but everything he did revolutionized the men's fashion space, which just goes to show how important and how amazing his design work was. By creating a collection which everybody could enjoy and everybody could be a bit experimental with, he arguably made everybody so much more fashion forward and so much more fashionable overnight. When you really start looking at his work and dissecting it, you can see how it influenced all the designers that we all love today. He used basic colour palettes and deconstructed silhouettes, which are synonymous with Yeezy. He invented the fusion of tech and classic elegance, both utilising monochromatic shades, which you can see prevalently within Matthew M. Williams's work. He sent biker pants down the catwalk before Balmain, and he created asymmetrical tanks which showed off skin and flare with nipples peeking out, which is everything that Telfar is about right now. So being able to cover so many layers of design in an era where men's fashion was so unprogressive really shows the depth of his work and the true creativity that he possessed. So now when you move to the modern day, with Peter Do being at the helm of Helmut Lang and already showing us a couple of collections, does this make him the modern day Helmut Lang? In my opinion, when I look at the fashion industry and menswear designers or designers as a whole, he is the perfect fit for it. The designer told Business of Fashion, "More than ever, we need non-fussy clothing," when he showcased his collection for the first time with Helmut Lang. And I think when you look at his own label, he creates timeless pieces and he promotes to the customer in this day and age to buy smarter and buy less. This seems to fit into the Helmut Lang ethos through the timeless nature of his creations and really drives home the true level of detail that he brings across in his pieces, transcending time, transcending trends, transcending all. I think unfortunately in fashion we're in a time where eras of designers are few and far between, whether than being taken away from us too early through the likes of Virgil Abloh and Alexander Lee McQueen, or simply designers not getting the time they deserve to really bring a new era to the mainstream. Whether that's an issue for us as consumers, being so quick to ditch a trend or ditch a particular style, I really hope that Helmut Lang allowed Peter Do to create something special there and show us what happens when you put faith in the designers who ultimately fit the mold to perfection. I guess my question for you guys is, do you think Helmut Lang can live on without him? Alexander McQueen famously said in an interview that he did not want his label to carry on if he passed away. And we see it still going strong now with Sean McGeer at the helm. Whether he likes it or not, it's clear that brands can carry on without the person who created them at the helm. Could even go as far to say that the brand then transcends the creator and becomes its own distinctive luxury house. Anyways guys, that's all from me today. I hope you like this new nature of the video and I've got plenty more to come. As always, let me know your thoughts and feelings in the comments and I'll chat to you next time.